If I could describe this school in one word, it'd be amazing.
Cardinal is a beacon of hope. It is a place for all of our communities to know that good things are going to happen. When we have people think about Cardinal Community School District, we want them to think of it as a special place and a special place for relationships.
This is what school pride is all about.
Every time I walk in the school, everyone's always happy and everyone's greeting me. All the teachers say good morning and how are you, asking how you're doing.
What would people say about our district? They would walk in and first of all, I think they would notice in the short time they're here, be amazed by the transformation of our facilities.
I see Cardinal as a very vibrant, active, progressive school that opens up opportunities to both staff and to students.
We have a plan. And we think it's important. We see ourselves no different than an Under Armour, a Nike, Kellogg's. They all are trying to sell their brand. We are about educating kids, and that's our most important thing, but we also want to make people excited and want to be a part of our brand.
I mean, we've tried to not spare any expense on any project we've had, and we've tried to make our school the state-of-the-art school.
The question I often get from my colleagues when they come to our building, they say, Joel, all this looks nice, but we can't afford to do this. And my response back to them is, you can't afford not to.
Tucked away in the southeast corner of Iowa, you'll find the tiny town of Eldon. Population, 915. Originally founded as a railroad town, today Eldon's claim to fame is the American Gothic house used as the background in Grant Wood's iconic painting. According to U.S. Census data, with a median household income around $33,000, nearly 14% of Eldon's residents live below the poverty line. A few miles out of town, surrounded on all sides by cornfields, is Cardinal Middle Senior High School. Once a bleak and underperforming school, Cardinal is a perfect case study of how administrators can make a huge difference in the lives of students.
Well, first of all, I'd love to tell the story of Cardinal. The story of our transformation is the best way to think about that. When I got here in 2010, I found out real quickly that we had some work to do. Certainly right off the bat, we have great families and great kids, but economically, we're about 65% of our students come from poverty, and that makes it difficult. And our parents are hurting, and then we wonder why maybe their homework doesn't get completed. They're more worried about if they're gonna eat tonight or what, if their family's okay. But we know that education can change lives.
We don't have a rich community. In all of the years I've been here, this is not an economically advantaged group, but we are an advantaged group when you talk about the amount of support that we get from families and neighbors and friends and community members that don't have kids out here.
Cardinal 10 years ago, and even beyond that, kind of had a reputation of being one of those schools that was an underperformer, one that didn't necessarily excel at much and struggled with their academics.
Well, I think in the past we did have a mediocre school. We just kind of were sliding along. We weren't making the improvements that we needed to make, even in the reading programs or the math programs.
Our student achievement wasn't where we wanted to be. We were placed on persistently low achieving school. We were a school in need of assistance.
It was kind of at the bottom tier of education, or was thought to be at the bottom tier.
And quite frankly, phrases like "we're just Cardinal" would be uttered by our students, and it would just break my heart when I would hear our kids utter "we're just Cardinal."
Pedersen and the board set out to change that perception. He began by going out into the community and enlisting support.
And so slowly, those first couple of years, we had to, have some challenges, getting people to believe in the vision, getting people to have buy-in. Schools have to be that place of hope and a place where kids want to come and learn. And they're not all that way.
Pedersen discovered that students were leaving the district in droves. They were opting out and enrolling in neighboring districts. This student drain hit morale as well as the school budget, since each student enrolled provides about $6,000 in funding.
Cardinal had always faced this issue where more people were leaving the district than coming. And now all of a sudden that's changed, where more people are coming into the district. People see the culture, they see the things that are going on, and they want to be part of something great.
Parents wanted to take their kids elsewhere, and now 9 years later, open enrollment's gone way up, and I think it's just the place to be right now.
We just finished our count date on February, and we have 160 kids coming into our district at a net of 100.
From the start, Pedersen believed he could turn things around for the district. He had a clear vision for Cardinal. Pedersen credits the school board for supporting him and helping him achieve results.
The school board took a chance on a rookie, someone who had not had any superintendent experience but had some ideas and some dreams for what this district could become.
We wanted a leader that led teachers, and we wanted the education process to be everyone involved in it rather than all about one person.
But they've always let me lead. They let me be innovative. They let our teachers be innovative. But they've always continued to focus on one phrase: honest and open communication.
You could see the light in his eyes, knowing that something good was about to happen.
As with many rural Iowa school districts, money is in short supply, and Cardinal is no exception. Fortunately, voters responded by approving funding.
We also, certainly from a financial standpoint, we had some challenges with the budget. Just last February, the patrons of our districts, and they don't have a lot of extra money to give the school, they're already giving a lot, pledged their support by a 66% margin on the first vote to give our schools $5.3 million to make improvements in our elementary and a student activity center.
As a parent and as a taxpayer, when that referendum came up, the first thing I thought of is, how does this impact our kids and my kids? And the fact that it passed shows overwhelming support to the momentum that's being created out at Cardinal.
Joel's very first year of being here, we passed the PEPAL levy, and that wasn't easy to do. Joel spent a lot of time in the community and getting support behind it.
Pedersen also realized that the physical environment was important to the learning process. In partnership with sports graphics, leaders at Cardinal transformed the school and branded it with positive messages. Once gray hallways are now adorned with bright school graphics. Plain walls feature inspirational sayings, and the former dull and drab gym is decked out with colorful wall graphics and protective wall pads for the athletes.
Quite frankly, if you would have been able to come here in 2010, I don't know how else to say it. It was depressing. I was going to use the word ugly, but I think depressing is a better word.
There was a time when the walls were mostly what I would have called an institutional green, hospital something. And I do think the environment affects attitudes, it affects pride.
School doesn't have to be this sterile, unfriendly place. We want it to feel like home. Certainly, we've had a great partnership with sports graphics to help us change our environment too.
As dressed up as the school looks, people have better attitudes for that, and in turn helps them learn better.
There's a lot of good things happening here, and trying to just get out to work, and maybe other people can see what we've done and maybe follow us a little bit.
When you walk into Cardinal's gym, it's hard not to be impressed. Whether it's the pads on the wall or the logo on the wall either, everything just kind of pops and it looks really, really good.
The more improvements we make to the gym helps bring in more people to our games, because some will come just to even look at it or come just because they like the feel of it. I feel environment is just such a key factor in how your demeanor is.
So they're starting to see that we're putting money into changing the physical appearance, and we want to change academically too.
The graphics really do change everything. They, for me and a lot of the other students that I've talked to, it puts a positive outlook on the school and their day. They look at the quotes and they think, man, this is going to be a good day.
And so I think physical environment, and you say whether it's a graphic on the wall or maybe a sticker on the floor or a special picture on the wall, does increase engagement. I can not think of anything that hasn't been a positive during my 5 years plus working with sports graphics, and know that they're going to be a part of our future plans going forward also.
In addition to the external changes, Cardinal made important cultural changes as well. The district has instituted a zero sarcasm and zero bullying policy. Pedersen and the board are proud to employ teachers and staff who truly care about students.
I just like all the teachers and how they're always willing to help you.
I think kids just like to come to school here for most of them. This is the safe place. These are the adults they trust. I know a lot of our teachers go out of their way to get to know kids on a whole different level. I mean, talking to them in and out of class.
I just really like the environment because we don't have the bullying. Everybody gets along with everybody.
Culture is so great. I came over, everyone was welcoming.
When people come in and they see a district that's surrounded by cornfields, they are amazed when they walk in, and within seconds they feel it. Whether they feel it on the walls, whether they feel it how we talk to kids that are in the hallways.
It's really kind of peaceful when I get here, and yeah, you walk down the halls and every teacher says good morning and smiles at you.
When you walk through the door, you know everybody here.
If you come into school sad, coming make you happy.
Technology has played a large part in school improvements and the environment as well.
I'm the spoiled one. They built me a new science room. So we have some facilities where I teach in now that's as good as any community college or small college.
What I'm able to do in the math classroom compared to what other schools around with our technology is just, really getting students ready for the 21st century learning.
I think Cardinal is a better place because they're always trying to make improvements.
The technology has gotten more advanced and it's easier to use now, and it extends the opportunity for the students to learn.
Though Cardinal Community School District is small, they've made significant and award-winning improvements with a focus on providing new opportunities for students.
I think they should have every option available to them, and I think as a school that we have to give them and show them all the options there is for them to obtain a good education and a good living.
We just added a robotics club, so we've been able to explore new careers that we would want to do and meet new people at different schools.
Earlier this semester, we were part of a design team to redesign a part of the school that we thought we needed. And we decided to implement a science complex, and we entered a competition and ended up winning that.
While Pedersen and his team are excited by all the changes at Cardinal, they also realize there is still a lot of work to be done.
While you may have an impression or an idea of what you think Cardinal is or where we've been, you can't judge us by what you see today because we're not finished yet.
We have a long ways to go. We're not complacent on where we're at, but we really like where we're heading, and we love the energy and what we're doing for kids. And we're just so excited about the future of Cardinal and the future for our students and our families.
We're trying to build that as a staff and as coaching staff, that we want our students to be proud of where they go to school, proud of the teams that they're on, and just proud of being able to work hard in a nice place and a place that looks good and that people want to come to.
We know that over the next 5 years, as we look to our Cardinal Promise, where we have a goal set that 85% of our kids will be proficient and about 20% of our kids will be in the advanced proficiency. That means that they're moving into high levels of achievement.
I feel that Cardinal Schools is definitely at the center of all of our community.
I think this is a school that's really going somewhere, and I think not just the staff but the students that go to this school are going to look back in future years and realize how lucky they were to be part of this.
So stay tuned, because in 2020 we want to be hopefully one of the best districts in the United States.
Opportunities become realities by hard work, and that's who we are at Cardinal. We have to start working harder and good things will happen. Whether it's on the sports field, whether it's in the classroom, whether it's in band, hard work creates opportunities for all of us.